In this lesson, I'm going to demonstrate the concept of working with a while loop in Java. We'll also take a look at different other types of conditional statements, such as the if statement and for statements. I'm going to cover those in subsequent lessons, but in particular, I'm going to focus here on the while loop concept, and then I'll demonstrate how that works in Java. So think of a while loop statement in Java programming language is something that repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. So you provide a set of instructions to the program, and it starts executing that code, and it will continue to do so until a given condition is met. So let's jump right in. Let me next demonstrate using our Eclipse editor how the while loop works in Java. So once the Java Eclipse editor is open, I'm going to simply go to our folder here. It's the same folder that we've been working with, which contains different packages that we've been creating in earlier lessons. So I'm going to right click on Java Introduction and simply go to New and then Class. This brings up the new Java class dialog box. I'm simply going to give it a name. I'm going to call it while loop and click Finish. And it creates the while loop.java. By default, it also creates the public class while loop, and all I have to do is just place a comment maybe on top or just start building my code. So I'm going to move forward here and simply do the properties for the public. So it'll be public static void main string, and then do the arguments command line, open our curly braces, and here I'm going to specify a variable. So I'm going to say something like int x equals, give this a value of 10. So once I've defined a variable, a simple variable, next I'm going to create the while loop. In other words, I'm going to specify a condition and have Java run the code until that condition is met. So let me go ahead and create the condition, in fact. So let's go ahead and do while, and I'm going to say x is less than 20. So here's my condition. Open my curly braces one more time, and then tell Java to print it. So system.out.print, and I need to print something like value of x and then my variable, so plus x. And I'm also going to specify the x and then plus plus, set my print one more time, so system.out.print. And this is optional, by the way, because what I would like to do at this point is that tell Java to print the results in new lines as opposed to printing everything in one single line in the output console below. I like to be in a position where I'd like to see the output values in its own line. So to do this, I'm just going to do a quotation and then \n. This \n is simply telling Java to print in a new line. Okay, so this is important. As you practice more, notice you'll get the hang of things. So make sure my curly braces are closed. Again, I have 3 here at the bottom, and then I have 1, 2, and 3 open. So 3 open, 3 close. Code looks okay. Let's go ahead and run the while loop.java. The save and launch dialog box appears. Simply click OK. And notice Java prints the output in a different line. And this is why, because I specified this statement. So the value of x is 17, 18, and 19. Of course, my condition was that while x is less than 20. So as long as x is less than 20, Java is going to print out all these values that are less than 20. And if I were to just scroll up here so you can see the rest of the values way on top, notice it's going to start with a value of 10. And this is because my variable, in fact, is 10. So it starts with 10, it moves to 11, and since my condition is as long as x is less than 20, keep printing the value of x and the variable. So essentially it's a loop, right? So Java is going to loop around until this condition is met. And that's why when we go to the bottom, you'll notice the value of 19. less than 20. If I change this value to, let's say, 25, for instance, run the code again, click OK. At this point, my last value will change to 24. And as I scroll up, my first value stays at 10. So a simple concept of using the while loop. The important thing here is to understand that whenever you use a while loop in Java, it's going to keep executing the statement until and unless you tell Java or when the condition is met. So I hope this helps. Practice, and let's move to the next lesson.